All right, we are back with another booster box opening. This time we are looking at Innistrad Crimson Vow. Back when we started playing in 2012, 2013, Innistrad was on the way out, and that's when we got into Return to Ravnica. Ravnica by far is my favorite plane. Innistrad is, it's just with the vampires and stuff, it's fun, but it's not my favorite. So I'm excited though, because you know, it's nostalgic to go back and look at cards and planes that you know we started with. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice this open, and we're gonna get started with this booster box. This is Innistrad Crimson Vow. It is still in standard right now. Sorry, it takes a while to open that sometimes. And let's see what we get when we open it. Oh, we get a box topper. This is one of those there's one card in here, and I'm excited to see what it is. Nice and glued on. If I can even get to it. Let's just maybe. There we go. Finally got it out. I really like the art in Innistrad. It's kind of dark. You have your vampire. So let's see what's in here. And we got, nice. We have Search the Count's Castle. Full art card. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard a basic land card. It is an instant, which is nice because you can throw that out, you know, right whenever your opponent's about to attack. You know, if you have something comboed with flash, you could throw it out with flash, and then it really, it can be a good little card to throw in. It is an uncommon 3-drop. Not bad. It's nice to have that box topper, so cool. All right, put this to the side, and let's get into it. I was opening a couple of draft packs earlier today from the grocery store, and I was having the worst time opening, and as you can see, here we go again. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time opening Magic packs lately, but here we go. Just opened it with my teeth. All right. So, of course, we got our commons. Move this out of the way. There we go. I can already see I have a foil back there. Let's see here. All right, we got our uncommons. And we have our first rare. This is Catilda Dawnheart Martyr. Not a bad card. 3-drop, legendary creature, flying, lifelink, protection from vampires. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits and or enchantments. This is definitely one you're gonna run in a spirit deck. Not bad little card. Nice swamp. I really like this full art swamp card. Purple is my favorite color, so I'm tempted to maybe create a swamp deck with that. Then we have a foil Heron of Hope, and we have a spirit, and then we have those cards to represent the double face cards. So not a bad pull for our first deck, or our first pack, I guess I should say. All right, that one opened much easier. Let's see here. Oh, look at that baby. Kind of like the art on this one. And now we are into our uncommons. Honeymoon Hearse. All right, now we have Helena and Elena Partners. This is a 4-drop, so this will be for your Groll deck. It is a 2/3 legendary creature. It has first strike and reach, which is really nice to go against those vampires. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is Helena and Elena's power. That creature gains haste until end of turn. So it's something you're going to want to go ahead and throw some counters on. Not a bad card. And then again, we have the Full Art Forest. And we have a token artifact. And then, again, those two-sided cards. If I remember correctly, Innistrad is known for its flip cards. So you have the two-sided cards. You can transform, which is really cool. Especially when you have, I remember in one deck I made it, we had like, it was a complete vampire deck. It had Vampire Nighthawk, and then it had, what was that card called? I can't remember, but you flipped it over and it was like every turn you pumped out 5/5 vampires. It was nuts if you got there. So I thought that said thong. I was about to be a little stressed out. Have our commons here. There's that flip. Double face card, and then we have our uncommons. Ooh. And we have our rare 1-drop. It's a 1/2 human warlock. It has training, so whenever this creature attacks with another creature with greater power, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. You can pay 2 colorless and a plains, remove 2 1/1 counters from among creatures you control, and you can destroy target artifact or enchantment. Hopeful Initiate's pretty cool. It's a quick little 1-drop, which is nice. You just have to combo it with something that's going to be able to accumulate 1/1 counters on it. Nice little plains, and then we have our spirit and that double-sided card. Okay, I think maybe I'm getting better at opening these booster packs. I don't know. I had a really hard time when I opened my last one. Let's see here. All right, we are back in with our commons. Here we go again with the two-sided card. And our uncommons. Ooh. It transforms. And then we have Path of Peril. 3-drop cleave. So you can cast this spell for its cleave cost. If you do, remove the words in square brackets. So then you would destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less. Not a bad little card. You can destroy all creatures, which is cool, but if you have some vampires or things that are out, you may want to go ahead and do the cleave cost just to prevent anything that's big and heavy from getting killed, getting destroyed. So day, if it becomes a day or night, or if a day-bound permanent enters the battlefield, track day or night for the rest of the game. Oh, nice. All right, nice little card. I've never seen that card before. That doesn't mean anything, but not bad. I'm hoping for something good out of this booster box, so hopefully it comes soon. So back to our commons. Vampire Slayer. That's funny because last time those came back to back, I think. I like that this one it's about like a wedding ceremony. It's kind of funny. I really do like the lore that goes along with Magic the Gathering. Back to our uncommons, Gutter Skulker. And then we have Ascendant Pack Leader. 1-drop, 2/1, Wolf. When it enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it, if you control a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. And then whenever you cast a spell with mana value 4 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on an Ascendant Pack Leader. I don't know that I would necessarily run this card, but I mean, I'm more of a get a trillion creatures out, not necessarily putting counters on cards. So That's just who I am as a person. And then we have a nice foil here. This is Cartographer's Survey 4-drop Uncommon Sorcery. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up the 2 land cards from among them onto the battlefield tapped. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Not bad. You could throw out some quick, or not quick, but you could throw out some mana. So mana ramp on that. And then you have your zombie. All right, next card, next pack. Belligerent guest. That's me at every wedding. So if you're looking for a belligerent guest, send me an invite. I really like that card. That might just be my new little card. That's funny. And now we have our uncommons. Into the Night. Wolfkin Outcast. And by invitation only. This is a 5-drop. Choose a number between 0 and 13. Each player sacrifices that many creatures. If you don't have a lot of creatures out, this is a great little sorcery to throw out. If your opponent is about to do what I like to do and just pound you with a bunch of creatures, this is also a great card to throw out. It is a sorcery, so not bad, but you do have to kind of think that through and kind of pre-plan for when you're going to play that card. Ooh, Slug. Ew. Slug's kind of nasty. I have never seen a slug token before, so there you go. Evolving Wilds. Man, I have a friend who loves to play Evolving Wilds. All right, you have your uncommons. And then you have Consuming Tide. This is a 4-drop sorcery. Each player chooses a non-land permanent they control. Return all non-land permanents not chosen this way to their owner's hand. Then you draw a card for each opponent who has more cards in their hand than you. I'm not sure. I would have to think that through. I'm not sure when you would use that card. Not a huge fan of that card, but again, we have these mountains. I really do like these black and white lands. Those are nice. And then Bramble Armor. It's an equipment. We got a foil, 2-drop. When Bramble Armor enters the battlefield, attach it to a target creature you control. An equipped creature gets +2/+1. The equipment cost is expensive. But, I mean, if you could put it out there early on and then hang on to it until you start figuring out what's going to do the most damage, you could throw a 2/1 on it. I don't know. You got your blood token artifact. All right, here we go. So when we were playing, I didn't play much of Innistrad when we first started. I was still trying to just figure out like what was going on magic-wise. Our rare here is Blood Vial Purveyor. It's 4-drop vampire, 5/6 with flying and trample. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player creates a blood token. Whenever Blood Vial Purveyor attacks, it gets +1/+0 for each blood token defending player controls. Not a bad little card, especially when it has trample, so you can, go ahead and maybe final strike on somebody, flying and trample. Definitely, this could be a game-ending card, so not a bad card to put in your deck. And then you have your Day-Night card. So I was still trying to figure out Magic. When we started playing Ravnica, it made the most sense to me. It was able to produce a ton of creatures. Innistrad was not really where I was at Magic-wise, but I did really like the Angels of Avacyn Restored. So here I am again, Belligerent Guest. I'm going to put that one right here because I like it. And I need to put it somewhere that's important to me. I really liked the angels that came out of Avacyn Restored. So the lore for Innistrad is cool because it has the dragons and the angels, you know, the battle between dark and light. So, and you have your... Then we have Splendid Reclamation. This is a 4-drop sorcery. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Not a bad card, especially if you are being milled or you're having to put a lot of things in your graveyard. I never liked to play out of my graveyard. That was just something I never got the hang of. I was never good at it. So if you like to play out of your graveyard, this is a great card. 4-drop. Not a fan. Oh my gosh. This is me after the wedding. This is me during the wedding. This is me after the wedding. A bore. I had a bunch of angels out of Avacyn Restored in my Boros deck that I started playing with that my husband built for me. So, I mean, they cycle their way in and out. It's not, very few of them are permanent, but it was nice to have a couple of big angels, big beefy angels coming in. All right, and then we have our Graf Reaver, 2-drop zombie warrior, 3/3 with exploit. So when it enters the battlefield, you can sack a creature. And then when this card, Graf Reaver, exploits a creature, you can destroy target planeswalker. Planeswalkers used to be big when we started playing Magic early. I feel like they're not as big now. But not bad if you're trying to get rid of somebody's planeswalker or somebody's planeswalker is kind of running all over you. At the beginning of your upkeep, it does deal 1 damage to you, so you're definitely going to have something that has lifelink with it so that you don't kill yourself. You have your forest. Oh, nice. Nice little foil 2-drop Thalia, Guardian of Thraben. This is a human soldier legendary creature, 2/1. It has first strike and non-creature spells cost 1 colorless more to cast. So... nice little foil. Oh, thanks. Welcome to the arena. Huh. This is never me, the best player in the room, by the way. Okay, here we go. We are in the second to last deck, or second to last pack in this stack. Wedding Invitation. Blood Craze Socialite, that is not me. Binding Guest, Spectral Binding. Now we have our uncommons. Restless Blood Seeker, and it's a transform. And then we have Lantern Flare, 2-drop instant with that cleave cost. If you cast it, you remove the square brackets. So Lantern Flare deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. So this would be a really good combo with this Graf Reaver, especially if you are running low on life. And X is if you play its cleave cost, X is the number of creatures you control. Not a little bad, not bad. Nice island, blood token, and we are on the last card of this stack. Let's see here. Lightning Wolf. This looks like one of my dogs. Her name's Nellie. That's exactly how she looks, actually. Fearful Villager, and it does have the transform. I like the art. The border on this one is cool. Hero's Downfall. I didn't know they brought this back. Oh boy. All right, now we have our common, or our rare, Mirror Hall Mimic, 4-drop spirit. You may have Mirror Hall Mimic enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types. You can also cast you can also play the disturb cost to cast it from your graveyard transform. So you can transform this card. Becomes an enchantment aura. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of the enchanted creature, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types. If Ghastly Mimicry would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Again, I don't like to play out of my graveyard, but you know, if you can put it in, if you get it in the graveyard, it's I guess it's fine. I don't know. I don't like to play out of my graveyard. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that. All right. Oh, look. Ooh. I don't know. I kind of like this one better. That's more my speed. This girl looks like she's raging. I like to be more drunk than raging at weddings, but, you know, I don't know that I've ever been raging at a wedding. So, Evolving Wilds again. Desperate Farmer, and it is the transform. Undead Butler. Distracting Geist. Transform. Creepy Puppeteer, 4-drop, Human Rogue. Has haste. Whenever it attacks, if you attacked with exactly one other creature this combat, you may have that creature's base power and toughness become 4/3 until end of turn. That's not bad, honestly. It's not bad at all, actually. I like that you can turn it into, you can increase the toughness and power on another card to 4/3. But you can only attack with 2, so that you have to be thoughtful about what you're attacking with. But all right. I really like the art that I'm seeing here. But the vampires always seem much cooler than the humans. Like, these humans seem kind of weird. The vampires seem like they're just like whatever, living their best life. Again, we have our Fearful Villager. Then we have our uncommons. And then we have Dream Shackle Geist, 3-drop spirit with flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, choose up to 1. Tap target creature, or target creature doesn't untap during its controller's next tap step. That's not bad. It's a nice little control card. I do like to control other people's moves. That is something I'm into. Nurturing Presence foil. It's a 2-drop. Enchant creature, and then whenever enchanted creature has, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature gets +1/+1 till end of turn. And then when it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white spirit token, spirit creature token with flying. It's not a great card, but I like the art on it, so. Is that a frog? What is that? No, I thought this was a frog. I was like, that frog is funky looking. Again, we have a transform. Worms. I'm not a fan of worms. They're big. They were big for a while. Not a huge fan of worms. They're very expensive. We have a Voldaren Bloodcaster, 2-drop creature vampire wizard with flying. Whenever Voldaren Bloodcaster or another non-token creature you control dies, create a blood token. Whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, transform Voldaren Bloodcaster. So it transforms into Bloodbat Summoner. it's a 3/3 with flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target blood token you control becomes a 2/2 black bat creature with flying and haste in addition to its other types. Whew, it's a mouthful. And we have a nice little insect. Halfway through the box. have our transform. Another transform. That's cats. Has Cat's Cradle on it. All right, we have Hiveheart Shaman. Hiveheart Shaman, 4-drop human shaman. Whenever it attacks, you may search your library for a basic land card that doesn't share a land type with a land you control. What? You may search your library for a basic land card that does not share a land type. I'm not sure. I'm gonna need somebody to explain that to me. Oh, nice. We have a 1-drop creature, wolf creature, Ascendant Pack Leader, and it enters the battlefield with a 1/1 counter on it if you control a permanent with mana value 4 or greater. Whenever you cast a spell with mana power 4 or greater, put a 1/1 counter on Ascendant Pack Leader. We already got that not foil, but the foil's nice. Oh, don't forget my belligerent guest right there. I like that card. Again, if you're looking for a belligerent guest, give me a call. I do like a good wedding. There's my dog Nelly. Mulch. That's not bad. That's really not a terrible card. Unless you don't have any lands, then it kind of sucks. Wedding Invitation. Ragged Recluse. Transforms. Dollhouse of Horrors 5-drop artifact. Tap it with 1 colorless. Exile a creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of the exiled card, except it's a 0/0 construct artifact in addition to its other types. And has this creature gets +1/+1 for each construct you control. It gains haste until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. I guess you can get big creatures with this. All right, we are officially halfway through our box. This has not been the best box opening. I feel like sometimes you get really lucky with booster boxes. Again, we have another Ascendant Pack Leader. Planes. Is this where it says be the best player in the room? Again, not me. I just like to open booster packs, guys. Booster packs and booster boxes are my favorite things to open. I'm hoping this continues so I can keep opening booster packs. That zombie looks weird. This dog looks like it's got some disease on it. Oh, poor dog. Why would they do that? Kindly Ancestor. Oh. Looks like there's some hope in there. Wedding Security. They should have called that a wedding. Those people who like prevent people from crashing weddings. Or like Dwight from The Office when he was like, I'm sorry, Michael, I'm gonna have to bounce you. Anyway, Bouncer, yeah. All right, so Change of Fortune. It's a 4-drop sorcery. Discard your hand, then draw a card for each card you have discarded this turn. Not bad if your hand kind of sucks and you want something, you know, you're trying to do something that you can't get done. Not a bad little card. Kind of a risky card, I think. We have Flame Blessed Bolt, 1-drop instant. It deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If it would die this turn, exile it instead. Not bad for a 1-drop. I mean, 2 damage. It's not a lot, but you can slap that in the end of your combat phase and finish off something that's hard to handle. Not a bad little 2-drop. Is that on the I was like, is that on the back of that neck? Jailbreaker. Angelic Quartermaster. Oh. Hello. Volatile Arsonist. 5-drop human werewolf with menace and haste. Whenever it attacks, it deals 1 damage to each of up to 1 target creature, up to 1 target player, and up to 1 target planeswalker. It has Daybound. So if a player casts no spells during their own turn, it becomes night next turn. Again, menace and haste. When it attacks, it deals 2 damage to target creature, target player, or target planeswalker, and then you can transform it back to Nightbound. It's not a bad little card. It is heavy, but, you know, if you can mana ramp and get it out quick, not bad. Also, it's not bad to come out in the middle of the game and just start doing, you know, pecking away at target player, target creature. Oh, Lord. That's a bad day. Oh, I like the art on this one. This is nice to combo with blood tokens. Anything that produces a blood token. And you just start tapping away at your opponent. We have Blood Vial Purveyor. 4-drop creature vampire with flying and trample. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player creates a blood token. Whenever Blood Vial Purveyor attacks, it gets +1/+0 for each blood token defending player controls. And then again, we have our day-night. I've read a lot of like articles and things on, you know, like on Magic the Gathering wikis and things like that about Innistrad being people's favorite plane. It's not my least favorite, but it's definitely not my favorite. The vampires are cool, but they're not my favorite to run. Again, I do not like playing out of my graveyard. The transform stuff is cool, but I just prefer creatures just swinging. So this is a 7-drop Cultivator Colossus. It is a plant beast with trample. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of lands you control. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. If you do, draw a card and repeat the process. Really good for mana ramp, and as you mana ramp, you get to increase its power and toughness. So not a bad little card. We have another foil. This is an artifact creature construct for 3-drop. You can tap to add 1 mana of any color and put an omen counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, if there are 3 or more omen counters on foreboding statue, untap it and transform it. Whoop. And it transforms into Forsaken Thresher. At the beginning of your pre-combat mana phase or main phase, add 1 mana of any color. Good for getting variety of mana. It's also good if you are playing somebody else's graveyard. Especially if they're not running the same colors you are. Or somebody else's cards. The worst is when you're playing and you have a deck where you can exile cards and play from that exile pile, but you cannot play because you don't have the mana for it. That kind of sucks. Ooh. I don't know what it is with these vampires, but they do a good job of making them look nice. We have a 3-drop Welcoming Vampire. It's flying. Whenever 1 or more other creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once per turn. Getting some, you know, good for getting cards into your hand. Oh, there I am again, post-wedding ceremony. And we are in the last booster pack out of this stack. There's a couple cards I've been looking for, haven't gotten yet. This card's definitely better in foil mode. Again, Wretched Thong. I'm joking, I know it's Throng, but I will never not call that Wretched Thong. So you're more than welcome to do the same. All right, we have a Planeswalker, Chandra, Dressed to Kill, 3-drop, legendary Planeswalker. Its +1 ability, add a mountain and deal 1 damage to up to 1 target player Planeswalker. Also a plus ability, exile the top card of your library. If it's red, you may cast it this turn. And then its -7 ability, exile the top 5 cards of your library. You may cast red spells from among them this turn. You get an emblem with whenever you cast a red spell, this emblem deals X damage to any target, where X is the amount of mana spent to cast that spell. Nice Planeswalker. Chandra has never been my favorite Planeswalker, even though I do run a lot of red. Just not... I usually run like a good Elspeth. I like Kiora. Ajani's cool. I like Elspeth though because it creates a lot of soldier tokens. I feel like Chandra's all about like just burning. You're just trying to burn, which makes sense because oh, hello, she's got fire all over the place. So all right. Here's your transform. Again, another transform. Nice, we got a land. Shattered Sanctum. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Obviously, you're not going to want to throw this out your second step. You could throw it out your first step if you have nothing to play. You don't want to play this your second step, but any other step after that, probably fine to play. And then we have a foil Evolving Wilds. So you could tap it, sack it, search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tap, then shuffle. I have a friend, he learned how to play Magic with us, and he always calls that card Evolving Porn. Not sure why. Don't ask, I don't know. But that's who he is. I like the border on this one again. Look at that guy. Interesting. And then we have Curse of Hospitality, 3-drop enchantment aura curse. Enchant player. Creatures attacking enchanted player have trampled. Dang. Whenever it deals combat damage to enchanted player, that player exiles the top card of their library. Until end of turn, that creature's controller may play that card. And they may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. I don't know. I don't know if I want people playing. Huh. That's an interesting token. I like when my opponents can't play a lot. I like the border on that one I like. Here we go. You got your transform. And then we have Talia, Garden of Threbin again. 2-drop, legendary creature, first strike, non-creature spells cast 1 colorless more to cast. We have a mountain. Here I am again. Selfie, self-portrait, post-wedding ceremony. Wretched Thong. Aim for the head. Is it? Why are we bringing Is it back? What's happening? Why are we bringing Is it back? All right, we have the Ulvenwald Oddity. It's a 4-drop creature beast with trample and haste. It is a 4/4. You can transform it to be an 8/8. Ulvenwald Behemoth with trample and haste, and other creatures you control get +1/+1 and have trample and haste. It is a pretty heavy drop. I mean, initially it's not bad, a 4-drop, but the transform costs 7. You're definitely going to need some mana ramp to play that card. It could be a game-ending card, but I want to play, if I'm playing that, I want to play it quick. You have Reclusive Taxidermist, foil, 2-drop, uncommon. Gets plus the Reclusive Taxidermist gets +3/+2 as long as there are 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard. You can also tap this for any mana color. So that's not a bad little uncommon. If you are playing someone else's deck, if you are playing from someone's graveyard or from someone's exile pile, not bad at all. Good Lord, a 5-drop? My goodness. That's why it's a common, I guess. In the festivities. You have your transform card. And then we have Dreamroot Cascade. It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more lands. This is going into your Simic deck. I really like these full art cards. I know, I feel like they're not very popular, but I really do like the full art cards just in general. So happy about that draw. Here's your blood token. I kind of feel a little bit, I'm getting some flashbacks to, what is that darn, remember, my goodness, I'm like drawing a blank here. The zombie TV show, what is it called? Doesn't matter. But I look like Michonne to me, so. All right, Sundown Pass enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more lands. This would be great in my Boros deck. Look at this human. Why does she look so stressed out? I mean, I know why, but she really looks like she's having a bad day. We have 3, 4, 5, 6 booster packs left. Start with our Wretched Thong. Blood Fountain. Ooh, Gluttonous Guest. I like this one too. I'm not sure which one I want to be right now. I like both of those. Here's your Transform card. Here's Downfall again. I'm getting ahead of myself because I see that foil back there. We have Sigarda's Summons 6-drop Enchantment. Creatures you control with +1/+1 encounters on them have base power and toughness 4/4, flying, and are angels in addition to their other types. It's heavy though. 6-drop. Swamp. And then we have Blood Crazed Socialite, 4-drop vampire with menace. When it enters the battlefield, create a blood token. Whenever Blood Crazed Socialite attacks, you may sack a blood token. If you do, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. I kind of want to create a blood token deck. I don't know why it's kind of seeming interesting to me. Like a nice little vampire deck, and definitely these have to be in it. They're definitely heavy, but I feel called out by these two, so they're gonna have to be in the deck if I do build me a vampire deck. And by me, I mean my husband. I do not build decks. I'm not very good at them. Okay, here's your Kindly Ancestor. And then we have Alchemist's Gambit. This goes into your Is It area. Take an extra turn after this one. It is a sorcery 3-drop. Take an extra turn after this one. During that turn, damage cannot be prevented. If you pay the cleave cost, which is 7, at the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. You better, you better finish him. You better finish the game if you're throwing that card out. I'm not sure why you would play that card, honestly. Maybe somebody else has a better idea. I'm not sure why you would play that card. I said the same thing about Curse of the Swine, and that's all I run in my Simic deck. So, you might have to explain it to me like I'm 5, but I'm good with that. We have our uncommons. And then we have Ill-Tempered Loner, 4-drop human werewolf. When it is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. You can also pay 1 colorless and 1 mountain and get +2/+0 till end of turn. This is a transform card, so if a player casts no spells during their own turn, it becomes night. And then this becomes a 4/4 werewolf. Whenever a permanent you control is dealt damaged, Howl Pack Avenger deals that much damage to any target. Not a bad little transform card. I don't know. Keeping up with that day and night, there's a lot going on. You're going to have to make sure if you want to be doing something, like with this 4/4, if you want to stay a 4/4, you're going to have to really be thinking about casting spells to make sure it stays night or stays day. Ragged Recluse. Odious Witch. Panicked Bystander. Alright, we have our Dreadfast Demon. This is a 7-drop demon with flying. At the beginning of your end step, sack a non-demon creature. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Dreadfast Demon. You can definitely get going. If you have some 6/6 flying demons going at people, that's the game. Unless they have some defense of some kind. It is a heavy drop, 7. This is definitely a game-ending card. You might get 1 or 2 more rounds after that, and then hopefully the game is over. We are on our second to last pack. I'm hoping for one specific card. I'm not going to get it in this pack. Overcharged Amalgam. This is a 4-drop zombie horror with flash and flying. You can also exploit. So when it enters the battlefield, you can sack a creature. When Overcharged Amalgam exploits a creature, counter target spell, activated ability, or triggered ability. Let's see here. Edgar's Awakening. 5-drop, nice little foil. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. When you discard Edgar's Awakening, you may pay 1 swamp. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Nice foil. And our last card of this box. I mean, I think at this point, these two are my favorite cards because I feel very connected to them. A Gluttonous Guest and a Belligerent Guest. Oh gosh, look at this slug. Oh, Gluttonous Guest again. Lantern Bearer. And we have Cemetery Desecrator. This is a 6-drop zombie with menace. When it enters the battlefield or dies, exile another card from a graveyard. When you do, choose 1. Remove X counters from target permanent, where X is the mana value of the exiled card, or target creature and opponent control gets -X or -X until end of turn, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Good little control card. Good way to kind of keep your opponent from playing. Oh, self-portrait. So by far my 2 favorite cards, or the 2 most relatable cards to me, are Gluttonous Guest and Belligerent Guest. going to run through our rares and mythic rares one more time. So we have Cemetery Desecrator, Overcharged Amalgam, Dreadfast Demon, Ill-Tempered Loner with a Transform, Alchemist Gambit, Sigarda's Summons, Sundown Pass, Dreamroot Cascade, Ulvenwald Oddity, Talia Garden of Thraben, Curse of Hospitality, Shattered Sanctum, Chandra Dressed to Kill, Welcoming Vampire, Cultivator Colossus, Blood Vial Purveyor, Volatile Arsonist with the Transform, Change of Fortune, Ascendant Pack Leader, Dollhouse of Horrors, which any dollhouse would be definitely a Dollhouse of Horrors, Hiveheart Shaman, Voldarin Bloodcaster, Transforming card, Dream Shackle Geist, Creepy Puppeteer, Mirror Hall Mimic, Lantern Flare, Graph Reaver, Splendid Reclamation, Blood Vial Purveyor, Consuming Tide, by invitation only, Ascendant Pack Leader, Path of Peril, Hopeful Initiate, Helana and Elena Partners, and Catilda Dawnheart Martyr. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching our video. Also, I'm always looking for new ideas, so if you can convince my husband to buy me a booster box, I'm more than happy to do that too. Let me know in the comments. Thank you.